After going off track in his Open Pro heat, I checked in with Carter Bees, and he said despite his hips stinging, he's ready to get back out here. They did have to fix the handlebars. They were bent. They bent them back. He's feeling really good moving into this main event, and he told me, I just want to get back out there and see what I can do. Guys?
That is great to hear if you're Carter Bees. The problem is if you're Henry Miller, you're pulling out of the gate. You see him right there. They're backing him out. Justin, this is huge. Look at the open gate in gate 3. Henry Miller, a guy who could have been on the podium tonight.
Yeah, that's no good. Looks like maybe mechanical or something has happened on the line. Maybe the bike didn't start. But if you think about it, Michael Lessie's got a little more room to his left now, so a little more room to move around. And that preferred gate, which Michael Hicks is in, we've seen a lot of hole shots come from there. But it's Michael Lessie.
Good jump by Alessi. Wow, you know what? That inside gate has been almost automatic, but Alessi gets his starts figured out, moves on over, like you said, takes the lead, and this is what we have been asking for. The fly racing hole shot goes to Alessi. It's Hicks Alessi battling to the lead.
Yes, I love this. Mike finally got out of the gate like himself. Hicks up the inside, but Mike's got to get aggressive and get this lead back. Michael kind of slid out in that turn. Looked like he had the pass made, but Michael Lessie back to the lead. So, well, this is a good race. Look, we've been asking for this. Michael Lessie typically gets out of the gate just like that with the hole shot, so he's familiar with it. He knows what to do racing from the front. Michael Hicks, no one's led him around in a long time, Daniel, so this is going to get interesting.
Alessi leads, Hicks is second. Let's go down to Kristen with more.
Jumping to a two-stroke in the Arena Cross Series was a bold move. Now, 10 races in, Michael Lessie has learned how to work with this bike, but he said on a four-stroke, you have that engine braking. On his two-stroke, you don't. So he's teaching himself to maintain his momentum around the entire track, guys.
Yeah, and you just get used to this muscle memory that Michael Lessie's raced four strokes his entire pro career. He hasn't really ridden a two-stroke since his 80 days. So long time ago. I mean, we're talking 20 years ago. So now he's back on a two-stroke. He's got to learn how to ride it again. Four-stroke has a lot more engine braking, which is when you let off the gas, the bike will slow you down a little bit more. The two-stroke doesn't have that, so it freewheels a little bit more. It goes through the whoops. Different. You got to be in different gear. So he's constantly learning this bike, and it's taken a while. But look, he's riding good here. Hicks is pressuring him. Look, I think Michael Hicks is being a little bit nice, but you don't want to let Michael Lessie get comfortable up front. He's done this a time or two. He's won some races in his day. So lap 5 of 14, a long ways to go, but he's doing everything right so far.
So Hicks has not led every single lap of the series. He's had to make some passes, but this is deep in the main event, and now Alessi out to end. Does he get him back? I mean, this is not normal for Michael Hicks to be in the middle of a main event, still battling for the lead. Looks like he's got it now, but you think maybe he was a little too nice there? Because I think he could have been more aggressive lap 2, and we could have already been past all this.
He could have, but I also think he believes in his skills. You know, history seems to repeat itself a little bit with him winning so much. So he's thinking, look, I'm going to sit back here. I'm going to be patient. I've beaten Mike, you know, almost every race this season. So why would this race be any different? But then again, you don't want to give Michael Lessie much confidence because the guy knows what he's doing. And if he gets his starts back, the rest of the series, Michael Hicks could be in trouble. But Hicks has got the speed on him right now. And look, there's not he's made a big mistake there, coming up way short. And that's what can happen, Daniel, is he's getting thrown off his rhythm a little bit. He didn't get to race from the front. Michael Lessie, you know, was kind of not holding him up, but racing him hard.
Enough to throw him off.
Enough to throw him off, and that's exactly what you want, especially even if you're Carter Gordon or Carter Bees. You want to throw Michael Hicks off his game because you've been getting beat by him all year.
You talked about Carter Bees and how he maybe needs to step it up just a little bit, be a podium guy, and he has the big crash early in the night, wondering if he's even going to be able to race. Well, it's woken him up, and you talked about that. Sometimes when you're a little banged up, things go better. It makes no sense, but it ends up being the case a lot of the time.
Well, you just don't overthink it. You're thinking about this injury, and I'm a little bit banged up. So you're thinking, well, I may not even race. So it takes the pressure off. It sheds that anxiety of some sort of expectation that you're thinking, oh, I need to be a podium guy, or Jeff Crutcher, my team principal, was faster than me in qualifying practice. I've got to step it up, and you start the anxiety creeps in, right? Well, then you start to hold on tighter. You start to try to ride out of your comfort zone, which creates arm pump and creates mistakes. And he's making a few mistakes here, but with him being a little bit injured, he's thinking, well, any result tonight, I'm just happy to be out here. He rides like himself. He's now pressuring for a podium position, which is, we hadn't seen that out of him in a while, so it could be one of his best nights.
Yeah, it's crazy. That perception, it is there. As soon as you get banged up a little bit, you throw away all that anxiety you talked about, and sometimes you just ride better. It makes no sense, but it seems to be the case for a lot of these guys. Now, for Michael Hicks, yeah, we've seen so much perfection out of him this season. He's been a little off in this moto. You see little mistakes, little bobbles. I mean, Case in the finish line jump. If only these guys could have gotten his head maybe a little sooner in the championship. Maybe if this had come at round 3, round 4, round 5, we wouldn't see a 100-point lead, but it's a little too late.
Well, it's funny, Daniel, we talk about expectation. We're expecting him to be perfect.
Every time.
He's basically
Every
been. So he comes up a little bit short, and we're like, whoa, or he doesn't lead every lap. We're like, Michael, what's wrong?
He cased the jump. There must be a problem.
Exactly.
As he's winning.
As he's winning. So, look, the guy is so good right now. Michael Hicks is just on a totally different level, and we expect perfection out of him because that's what we've gotten for the longest time. So maybe we're asking a little bit too much out of him, but Mike Leslie's had a great night as well. He's getting his starts back. Got to chip away at maybe a little more speed here and there, but I think he's learning, and it's funny, you know, he mentioned being 35 years old. You're constantly learning, and now he's learning from a 22-year-old in Michael Hicks.
That's the sport. You can learn from anybody. Hicks is on his game. Thrown off a little bit in the beginning of this main event, but when it mattered, he was clutch, and he grabs the victory. Michael Hicks wins again, and Michael Lessie was a lot closer. Gordon not that far behind. Bees, for the top 4 guys, they all have a reason to be very happy right now with that performance. And Michael Lessie's got one more main event to go in that Open Pro main, so he does have another shot at it. But in this one, it was Michael Hicks, Michael Lessie, Carter Gordon, 1, 2, 3 in the main event. Great ride by all those guys. We'll go
The stars of the General Tire Arena Motocross with 4-time champ Michael Hicks, Michael Lessie, and local star Shayla McManus invade Topeka Stormont Vale Event Center November 3rd and 4th. The ultimate fan experience. Get tickets in the door or online at arenamotocross.com.
We'll go down now to Kristen Beat, who is with Michael Hicks, who had his biggest challenge in probably the last 3 or 4 rounds.
7 main event wins in this class for Michael Hicks this season. Michael, I mean, a good battle between you and Michael Lessie.
Yeah, we're duking it out there. I ended up getting by him for the win, but couldn't have done that without my whole team: Ty Loop Honda, Solmike Honda, Hoosier Tire, FXR 60, X-Brand Goggles, Motool, Factor Connection, X-Trig, Pro Taper. Just everybody helped me out. Thank you so much.